Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today, the home of political news and reports on events in the country. Yesterday, for many, was quite a troubling one, especially after the interview with Mr. President Buhari over some key issues in the country. And one of the things that generated a lot of concern and reaction was actually the statement he made about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Most people had believed that in 2022, possibly the president will come up with a decision to unconditionally release Nnamdi Kanu. But shockingly, yesterday, he made Nigerians to know that Nnamdi Kanu must face the judiciary and that he's not going to do anything about it because he doesn't like interfering with the judiciary. That's triggered a lot of reactions in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. The social media space have a lot to tell us how the people feel about the decision. But then Ohanaeze and Igbo also have decided to speak about the state of a president's mind about Nnamdi Kanu. We're going to be looking at what they have to tell Nigerians and the next step they intend to take, in respect to the statement the president made. But before we give you full details of these, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Group, Ohanaeze and Igbo, has reacted to President Muhammadu Buhari's dismissal of the plea to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. In an interview with Channel Television 8 on Wednesday night, Buhari asked Kanu to defend himself in court for spreading false information about Nigeria when he was in the United Kingdom. The president insisted that he would not interfere in any judicial process relating to the pro-Biafra agitator, thereby shattering the hope of some individuals calling for Kanu's release. Recall that the former Ministry of Aviation, Mbazulike Amechi, had led some Igbo leaders to visit the president for the unconditional release of the IPOB leader on November 19, 2021. Buhari had during the visit told the delegation that he would not want to interfere in the running of the judiciary, but said that he would consider their heavy demand. Reacting to the new development, Ohanaeze spokesman Chief Alex Ogbonia said that the organization will meet with the president to get a clear understanding of his statement. He insisted that a political solution remains the only way to Kanu's issue, asking the president to reconsider his new stance on the IPOB leader. Bonaya expressed confidence that the president will understand Kanu's case more by the time the group will meet with him soon. According to him, he said, Ohanaeze's position is very clear and constant. We have looked at the whole scenario and we are convinced that Nnamdi Kanu's case and IPOB can only be solved through a political solution. It is unfortunate that the presidency or the president hasn't appreciated the Ohanaeze's position and by extension the Igbo position or the Igbo leadership position on this matter. But we are very confident that by the time we will meet him earlier this year, he will understand it more. That was what they had to tell the whole world about the statement made by the president over the issue of unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. And this has triggered a lot of reactions also. But first of all, let's look at this whole issue holistically. And one of the things that I want to say here is that time is of essence here. Ohanaeze and Igbo should not spend the whole of first quarter to be thinking on what they should do in terms of meeting with the president. Extend a kind of letter to him that on so that we are coming to meet you so that on some very key issues, one of which is Nnamdi Kanu's and IPOB issue, and also possibly you can push in the issue of, state creation, which he says that Igbo leadership are lackadaisical about it, that the last time he told them to do something about it, up till today, he has not gotten any response from them. I feel that they should meet and also get back to the president and let him know what their position is. They've been talking about this political solution, and all of that. The big question is it okay, for Nnamdi Kanu? Because a lot of people have also, spoken about it. Some of the reaction, I've checked some of the comments of some of our esteemed subscribers who have reacted over this issue. Some people are suggesting that Nnamdi Kanu should be allowed to go through the judicial process because there is certainty that he will win at the end of the day, and that will go an extra mile to define the future of IPOB, the future of self-determination which they are pursuing. But at the other end, one must be more careful, because when we're talking about, Nnamdi Kanu winning at the end of the day, we have to also look at the state of judiciary in Nigeria. Yeah, we've watched with our eyes open how individuals are winning cases that has to do with them and the federal government. For example, fairly recently, Sunday at DMO, aka Sunday Igbo, won a case, and the federal government was, I think, supposed to pay them about, 20 billion or so, yeah, I think so, 16 or 20 billion. They were supposed to pay it to him, and it's been happening like that. But the case of Nnamdi Kanu is a sensitive one, and it has to do with self-determination, which the leadership of the country frowns at it heavily. They believe that one Nigeria is most preferred. And also don't forget that this issue we are looking at, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release on the basis of political solution, has a lot to do with interference from different angles. As we are talking, we don't know the invisible hand of Esau that is manipulating things. You understand? The Bible says the body or the voice is Jacob, but the hand I'm feeling is that of Esau. There are some people who are pretending not to be supporting, the push for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, but in the secret, they are the ones instigating things. They are the ones giving the president good reasons why he should not release Nnamdi Kanu. And it would be so unfortunate if some of the predictions by Simon Ekpa, who is one of his key disciples, is true, that some persons who are even in IPOB are the ones that are kind of strengthening everything, and they are the ones that even saw him out. It will be so disheartening to know that what that guy say is true at the end of the day. I'm not saying that it is true or it is not true, but nothing is impossible when it comes to human race. Someone could be there pushing everything just for some financial benefits or some things that you'll be so shocked in future that he will say was the reason why he did what he did. But be that as it may, the issue of Ohanaeze going out to meet with the president must be fast-tracked. Because one of the greatest fear of most Nigerians is that IPOB may not have enough time in their reaction. And the fear for their reaction is possibly attracting the military strongly back to the southeast, which oftentimes when they come like that, it always results to, death of young people and all of that. Nigerians do not want to see this. If there's anything we are looking up to is to see peace return fully to the southeast, and we see no military presence there again. People go their way and they do their business and they enjoy themselves, and progress is assured and all of that. Don't forget that 2023 will be looking at the elections period. This is the preparation period for elections come 2022, 2023. So everything should be done towards bringing back peace, restoring peace. So Ohanaeze should not think they have all the time in the world to slate that meeting. They should do it speedily. It will be quite satisfactory if they decide to meet the president this January or max first week or second week of February. They meet him and get back to the people, let them understand their standpoint when it comes to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. But don't forget that a lot of people are still suggesting that they should go through the judicial process. At the end of the day, Nnamdi Kanu may come out smoking, may come out winning the case. We're still waiting to see what the development will look like. Let's go to our comment section. What's your position about what Mr. President said and what Ohanaeze intends to do? Don't forget that this Ohanaeze we are talking about is actually Professor George Obiozo's Ohanaeze late government.